To start, take a few deep grounding breaths. Begin this ritual in a way that suits you and your practices and traditions. Call in the elements and directions, and open up a sanctified ritual space. First, we will light a candle for our sisters. Expand your awareness out to the sacred group of women sharing this ritual space on this new moon and many more in the future. We light this candle in soul acknowledgement of our etheric circle. With love and reverence in your heart, send a soul bow and heart-blasting namaste to every sister that will take part in this ritual. Send love and support as you simultaneously feel the strength and magic of coming together. Although not in the flesh, allow yourself to feel the Wonder Woman web that we are collectively weaving. Send your best wishes and soul support to all who are tapping in and will tap in the future. Hold the intention to foster collaboration and cooperation with the women in this circle and all the women in the world. Let this ritual circle experience help to heal the distortions of competition and comparison amongst our sisters. Gaze at your candle, send love and support to this sisterhood. Now we open this ritual by calling in Hecate as our high crone. Hecate, magical mistress, mother of the dark, here to envelop us in the depth of her grandmotherly embrace. She shows us the beauty, safety, and serenity that is found within the darker realms. Take a deep, sensuous breath, inviting Hecate frequencies to guide and govern our journey into the darker realms. Relax into the security of her ever-present embrace. She is the divine goddess embodiment of the most expanded states of wisdom, that of the crone. She has unified all opposites, assimilated the supreme wisdom of all the grandmothers. She offers us the cloak of her protection and love as we dance with the dark goddesses. We call on Hecate to guide us in the heart, knowing that dark is light and light is dark. We now invoke Hecate, midwife and guardian, grandmother, new moon, midnight queen. Accept our homage and bless this circle now. And now we open to the dark moon frequencies of dissolution, disintegration, and death, intending to come into an accepting embrace of this aspect of the sacred cycles. Take a prayerful moment to acknowledge the essence of completion, feeling into the magic, freedom, and space-creating potential that it brings. Take a few moments to meditate on the words death and completion. Everything will eventually exhaust and come to an end. The process of death reveals that which can never die, the infinite within the finite. In deep reverence to this most holy of Mother's mysteries, anoint your third eye and brow with the ash or soot. Let this act of anointing be a way to honor the divine and beautiful essence of decay, decomposition, and death. We now open this circle to the dark goddesses and all personifications of this power. Raise your hands above your head in a priestess pose of power and send out your heart, spirit, soul call to the dark goddesses. Kali Ma, Ereshkigal, Vajrayogini, Persephone, Inanna, Medusa, Lilith, Isis, Nephthys, Grandmother Crone. You who is the darkness behind and beneath the shadows. You that is the absence of air that awaits at the bottom of every breath. You who is the ending before life begins again, the decay that fertilizes the living. You who is the void and bottomless pit, the womb from which all things are born and shall return. You who is the shadowy still tomb that is part of all of us. Let us venture into your blackness with courage, Dark Queen, so that we may rebirth into balance and wholeness. Welcome in the dark goddesses, spoken and unspoken, and then slowly bring your hands down to your heart in prayer position. Walking the soul path of the sacred woman means that at one point or another, the dark goddess will call you into an underworld journey so that she may offer you a most precious gift. As initiates making the descent, we must make an offering to the Dark Queen's gate guardians, for in the underworld, nothing may be received unless something is given. Our personal descents may look like loss of health, a job, a loved one, one's sense of security, or even deterioration of false image or idea about self. The dark goddess of the underworld comes to us to strip us down bare so that we may receive a soul-illuminated lesson, often the touch and taste of that which can never die, our eternal and infinite soul essence. When the Dark Queen comes and begins to strip us down, resistance is futile. There has never been a greater call to surrender than when the underworld queen knocks on our doors. This is an energy and an initiation that should be deeply respected and ultimately, to garner the gifts, surrendered to. For if we can open and release in the process, we will be blessed with a deeper understanding of the larger mystery of existence and the inexhaustible energies of love and true freedom. Now we honor the dark goddesses of the descent. Take a moment to remember the times that the dark goddess has required that you take a descent. Think of the lessons learned, the strength gained, and the expansion created. Sink into gratitude for your personal descents. Give thanks for the potential spiritual growth that our underworld journeys have offered us. Truly open yourself in this moment to the gifts. The dark goddess comes because on some level, your highest soul self is desiring liberation. Dark goddess descents, although extremely intense, can quickly humble us in a way that lets our most authentic essence crack through. Our personal and collective underworld journeys offer invaluable insight and treasure. In the sentiment of honoring the process of the descent and bowing down to the power and fierce loving capacity of the underworld queens, we now make an offering. In deep recognition of the great gift of the underworld journey and as symbolic acknowledgement of the importance of these soul shakedowns, in trust and surrender to the Dark Queen's ways, we now make an offering. As you speak the invocation, make offerings to the Dark Queen of the underworld and all of the dark goddesses who open the way for empowerment through intensity. Luminous lady beneath the veil, great goddesses of the descent, we show up in gratitude at this living ritual altar of your temple. In surrender to your dark light gnosis, we make these offerings and we thank you. And as an act of surrender to the underworld goddesses, come into the ultimate embodiment of surrender, child's pose. And now sitting back up, preparing to call in Kali Ma's transmutational fires. Kali Ma is the fiercest of fiery love embodied. She is calling us through her blood-drenched mouth, her snarling teeth, her terrifying shriek to release us from the constraints of limitedness. She is untamed, unbridled ferocity, here to destroy our egos, swallow our disowned parts, annihilate our attachments. She is the wildest love, ready to burn away all that is not anchored in truth, integrity, and love. Kali Ma, who drinks the blood of the heartless. Kali Ma, who is the fury that rips the flesh from injustice. Kali Ma, the warrioress who rights all wrongs in their time. Kali Ma, who makes the arrogant humble, primordial feminine, she who gives and she who takes away. Kali Ma, she that is the end before the beginning, the hungry earth that consumes her own children. Call her in as the transforming, liberating power that burns through all illusion, destroying finite to reveal the infinite. As you light the candle, speak this invocation to Kali Ma. Kali Ma, dance on the grave of my attachments. Kali Ma, bite off the head of my illusions. Kali Ma, devour my assumptions. Kali Ma, burn through my mind's distortions that keep me blind to the now. Kali Ma, blaze through my greatest fears so that I may know the truth of your eternal love. Breathe in the light radiance of Kali Ma's fiery frequency. Imbibe her energy into your body, into your heart. Feel the resonance of her wild love as your wild love. This sacred shrieking part of you that is enraged by anything that is not anchored in the highest truth, integrity, and love. She is aligned with the purest love, the most noble truth, that all of life is sacred and every being worthy of honor, respect, sustenance, and safety. Kali Ma is alive within us as our blood-curdling, screaming soul knows. She is our anger and rage at the genocide and degradation. She is our fierce inner no to disrespect, no to rape, no to warfare, no to cruelty, no to violation, no to exploitation and objectification, no to the greed, manipulation, silencing, and suppression. She may be lying dormant, bound and gagged after a couple thousand years of being told she's unsafe and undesirable. But there has never been a more important time to let her rip. We've often been taught as women to stuff this energy down, shut it out, deny it. If this Kali energy is bottled up too long, it can lead to inner imbalance, depression, anxiety, stress, and false projections. We must let it loose. Vital energy is asking to be expressed and freed up. It is time in this moment to let our Kali free. We can unleash and unlock and move this energy by letting out our wildest Kali scream. Now, in the safe cauldron of this sister circle, unearth your deepest Kali wail. Let all of your anger, all of your grief, all of your rage at the violation, suppression, manipulation, and horror of the imbalance of this world rip through your body temple. Come into a primal posture, open the channel, and let it out. And now taking a few deep breaths to ground. Really feel the open channel that has been created. Breathe deeply as you experience the meridians opening and your energy really flowing. Notice the vibrations in the body, the pounding of the heart. Feel into the enlivenment that your Kali opening has cultivated. Be gentle with yourself as you take a moment to say a small prayer that these energies continue to flow and integrate in grace under perfect ways. And now, with your channels open, feel yourself as an instrument of high magic. It is time in this dark moon for you now to bring presence to what you are ready to release and let die. Take a meditative moment to become clear about what it is you may be holding that is truly not serving your highest, most authentic self. This may come up as clear and definitive words that you can verbalize, or it may reveal itself as more subtle feelings, colors, emotions, or frequency. Open your heart to all of it and take an honest and radical look at what you are desiring to let go. We will begin this release ritual by holding an intention for the collective sisterhood and the world. We intend now to cut away and clear any and all witch hunt wounds held by self and our sisters. The fears at being seen and heard, the fears and wounds that come with persecution, any way the witch hunts have left a soul scar on ourselves personally and all other women in this world, we will now clear out of our bodies and our energy fields. Holding these intentions in your heart, feeling the full weight of these wounds, and activating your full priestess power and focus, speak the invocation as you trace the banishing pentagram. Speak the invocation with confidence, clarity, and force. Activate your body and put full energy into the embodiment as you create the banishing pentagram of release with your wand, atame, crystal, or hand 3 times. Take a meditative moment to feel the energy shift of the ritual, trusting it is done. And so it is. Next, we bring our attention to the demonization and shaming of our feminine sexuality. There was a time when our procreative powers were honored and revered, when our feminine body temples and the Shakti energy contained within was worshipped as divinity. Over the course of many thousands of years, Our feminine sexual energy and our bodies that contain, exude, and express it became the object of fear and therefore attack. Our sacred and natural sexual nature became vilified, violated, and repressed. This epidemic has touched every woman on our planet. Any way that we personally have internalized this attack on our sexuality, any collected shame, confusion, fear, or self-loathing that was born under this attack, we now slice away for ourselves and the One, creating the space to again fully honor and enjoy our sexuality as something sacred and safe. Now, holding these intentions in your heart and vitalizing your full dark priestess power and focus, give your presence and attention to clearing any residue that has resulted from false projections upon our feminine sexuality. Speak the invocation and create the banishing pentagram of release with your wand, atame, crystal, or hand 3 times. Take a meditative moment to feel the energy shift of the ritual, trusting it is done. And so it is. And now continue with your own personal intentions, being sure to hold the intention firmly in your heart as you access your most energized Earth Goddess power. Speak the invocation and create the banishing pentagram of release as many times as feels aligned. Do so powerfully with the full force of your mind, body, heart, and spirit. When you feel complete, relax and attune your super sensual awareness to the power of the ritual and the embodiment. See and feel whatever it is you are letting go, dissolving and composting back into the ethers. Take a moment of gratitude for all that you have let go. Give thanks to that which you have released as your great teachers. Honor that it has offered you the opportunity for growth and empowerment. Now call upon the dark goddesses to continue to offer their power and grace to further hold the process. Ask that they infuse you with strength and courage as you integrate these releases and turn the mirror on our own shadow selves. Our shadow self is all aspects and traits about ourselves that we find difficult and disturbing to face. It's the part of us that we have repressed and stuffed away because we don't feel it's socially acceptable. Our shadow side is the part of ourselves that we have consciously or unconsciously rejected or ignored, oftentimes because of a deep-seated enculturated fear of being shamed or socially rejected. Are there parts of yourself you feel afraid to explore? Do you have desires, thoughts, impulses that you feel are unacceptable? Greed, ambition, envy, jealousy, violence, sexual desires or compulsions? These feelings are part of the human experience. So often, these energies are discouraged, and so to fit into society, we judge and disown them. Disowned parts of self will often become reflected back to us, primarily in our relationships. If suppressed for too long, they can lead to a state of depression, anxiety, or a low sense of self-worth, as we carry these judgments about what is simply nature playing out through us. Today, in the safe container of this ritual, let us intend to open a sacred state of self-awareness and integrate and honor these disowned and rejected parts of self. If you don't love all parts of you, who will? There was no one else worse that we can judge or deny. In the dark light love of this new moon, held in the support of this sister circle, with the dark goddesses as our guide, we now intend to activate our deepest sense of compassion for self and love all parts of ourself into wholeness. Hold up the mirror, gaze deeply into your own eyes, truly as though you are looking through the eyes of the goddess. Accept yourself in all of your expression, for all and any of the thoughts, actions, feelings, or impulses that have ever flown through the chalice of you. Let any unseen aspects of self now be met with the full embrace of your tenderness. See yourself as the divine child you are, and gazing deeply into your eyes, radically, courageously embrace yourself fully. Intend that all rejected, denied manifestations of yourself come up to be aired out and accepted as simply our human nature. Really see yourself in paradoxical fullness as the dark light being of this world, as you repeat this invocation 3 times. I am black. I am white. I am day. I am night. I am dark. I am light. I am I. While continuing to hold your soul gaze deeply, repeat this affirmation. I accept you. I am not afraid of you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Place the mirror down and bring your hands to your heart as you pray for continued awareness and graceful assimilation of your shadow side. Breathe in the depth of your fullness as power, love, and wisdom. Lastly, in honor of the power of the light to illuminate the dark, light your 3rd candle. Then grab your soul crystal, connecting with the crystal as the symbolic jewel of you. Hold the crystal up over the flame. Feel the warm radiance penetrate your crystal soul self in a blessing of warmth and illumination. Basking in the gifts of this ritual process and honoring the soul light treasures that have been garnered through the work, triumphantly hold the crystal as a magical representation of you in all of your shining dark light glory, up as you proudly exclaim, I unearth the soul treasure of me. Now bringing the crystal back down to your heart. As you hold this crystal treasure of you, feel how it connects you in with the entire mineral matrix of Mother Earth. Feel your intentions, releases, and these affirmations grounded and rooted into the Mother. Breathe deep as you drop it all down in gratitude and conscious completion. Gaze at your 3 candles, and in your own time, to close, devoke the dark goddesses, the elements and directions, with gratitude for their presence in this ritual process. Send a prayer of recognition to the circle. Enjoy your food and drink to further assimilate and integrate the ritual energies. And when you feel ready, at your own time, extinguish the candles.